Okay, it's only 8 minutes. It's only 8 minutes. I'll go ahead and cover this. By the way, okay, so, um, I discovered yesterday that the song from Mulan, um, makes me sob. It just it makes me cry so, especially the remake of it, the Christina Aguilera remake of her original Mulan song, whereas her voice is a lot stronger because she's been, singing for decades now, and she hits that note. There's a whole story behind this, but the song is called Reflection, right? And it's about not really recognizing yourself when you look in the mirror. And that is actually a condition that happens to people who are severely bullied. And that has happened to me. Like, I've been severely bullied throughout my life. So it's hard for me to actually look in a mirror and inspect myself because I'm like, I'm, s- I don't want to look in the mirror and be like, who am I? Anyway, this is a very interesting story. So I'm going to cover it.
I don't know if you all remember this fruitcake. His name is Ethan Schmidt, excuse me,
Schmidt.
and he was like, I don't know if he was a surrogate for Carrie Lake. He considered himself a friend of Carrie Lake. I don't know how true.
So for those of you who don't remember, Carrie Lake, I think, was running in Arizona. And she challenged the election results just like Trump did. She was just like, what? I didn't win? Okay, Carrie.
That is, there are pictures of them together, but this dude went viral over the summer of last year because he was just needlessly harassing PetSmart employees during Pride, and he was lambasting them because they had a rainbow flag at one of the cashiers, and so he's back, seemingly at the same PetSmart, and he's just harassing them again. Like, this dude is a freak, and he genuinely needs a hobby and to get a life. But let's see what he says this time.
Smart. See if they still have that pride flag up.
Yeah. Okay. So it is the same PetSmart. I haven't seen this yet, obviously. Why do you care this much about a fucking pride flag, brother?
Okay, dude. Mike. The weird sounds that you're throwing over your F-bombs is really bizarre. It sounds like farts, and it's really bizarre that that's how you're, like, trying to censor your F-bombs. Like, just fucking do it. Just do the F-bombs. Like, YouTube is not gonna, like, ban you for throwing out F-bombs. Like, that is the most ridiculous fucking sound ever, dude.
You need to move on with your life. Okay. Not only do you need to stop being concerned with what other people do in the privacy of their own homes, but you need to not be so easily triggered by a fucking multicolored piece of cloth.
Again.
I mean, I don't think that there's ever been anything so dumb take up any amount of mental space.
No, you're wrong though, because this is their worldview, right? This is their worldview that they can't tolerate the idea of gay pride. They can't tolerate that. But I'll tell you straight up, if you saw a Blue Lives Matter flag in PetSmart, you'd probably have a problem with it, right? You might not go to the extremes that this dude has done, but you would probably, if you saw a Blue Lives Matter flag or a Nazi flag or a Confederate flag in that PetSmart, you would probably not want to do business there. You might not do like a fucking video like this jackass did, but you would probably be like, I totally disagree with your politics, and therefore I'm not going to do business here.
I mean, can you imagine a piece of cloth making you that enraged? To where you not only harass employees because you see that piece of cloth, but then you return a little less than a year later to check up and make sure that they removed the piece of cloth that offended you so much. It's so fucking
I can't even with the sounds that you're putting over your F-bombs. But yeah, like, okay, so I have a neighbor that's like 1 block over that has a Blue Lives Matter flag up. I saw it once. I took a picture of it. I have never been back. I don't care. If they want to be dumb assholes, they can be dumb assholes. Not my goddamn problem. It's not like there's anything. I have no business on that street. There's nothing I need to do over there, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of places where you can buy pet food, right? Dog food, cat food, hamster food, gerbil food, whatever the fuck it is. There's tons of places you can go. So really the story is more so about this guy just harassing a store.
unhinged.
Viral homophobe who harassed employees over pride flag.
You guys still have that pride flag up?
Yes.
Ooh.
Why is that? You guys are pedophiles,
No, we're not.
LGBT fascists.
Oh my god. They're just so unbothered by him, which tells me that he goes in frequently to check up. Oh, well, I'm driving by PetSmart. Better go.
Not even. Like, they literally have jobs to do, right? They're checking people out. They're trying to transact in this moment, right? And so they don't have time for this kind of bullshit. They don't have time for the live streamer who wants to come in and make a scene. They don't have time for this bullshit. So they are checking out their guests, the customers, and they are also assessing mentally whether or not they actually have to call the police and remove him, right? That's what's going down.
Harass them real quick just to see if they still have the flag up. I refuse to believe that people like this actually exist. Like, it's so unreal that if this dude were a fictional character, I think it was written too unrealistically. Like, holy shit.
We're with the LGBT, dude.
Of course you are, because you're with the destruction of America. Because look at you, you're wearing a mask.
Can I get someone to the front, please?
Do you guys support LGBT?
You're wearing a mask. Look at you. You're wearing a mask. This is like somebody who's like in the school of what's her face, Peggy. They're all like really close to me, by the way. I can't remember all their names anymore. There was Peggy, who was an adjunct at Saddleback College, and she was like trying to do instructional videos of how to harass businesses about mask usage. And then there was Lenka, what's her name? Lenka Coloma or something like that. She's from Laguna Niguel. These two ladies they live very close to me, and they've been harassing my local businesses. This is a disciple. This is a fucking disciple of their fucking church, you guys.
I'm just buying dog food.
I know, but do you
I'm just buying dog food. Leave me the fuck alone.
You guys are never gonna take that flag down after the my video got 10 million views last time.
Yeah,
Your video went
I highly doubt he actually got these customers to sign waivers to have their permission, by the way, to put them on his live stream. And regardless if it's just like your own personal live stream or not, if you take picture, you do that, you put it out there in the public like that, and you're trying to make them look bad, you better fucking have their permission.
Viral because the overwhelming majority of people who saw it were laughing at you and they thought that you were an unhinged fruitcake.
Mm-hmm.
He's bragging about himself going viral. You literally went viral because people were so shocked at how unbelievably petty you are to harass these minimum wage employees over, again, a piece of multicolored cloth.
Our CEO congratulated us after that.
Yeah, of course he did. Because you guys are Democrats, liberals.
Us, really. My manager really got like a lot. He got an award for that video. For the way that he handled it.
The manager got an award for the video. So this is actually a relatively wholesome update. These folks, they don't even care. Like, anyone who works there, they probably just expect him to come in, so they're unbothered.
Right.
He's just going to put a camera in their faces, say a bunch of, like, fascistic talking points, and then move on. But they handle it well every single time. And I think that he believes that he's going to be perceived as the hero. And maybe in his little bubble, that is true. But the overwhelming majority of people, I would argue even, like, homophobic people, just aren't on your side. Because this is just weird. It's just weird. Like, even if you're a homophobe, how can you agree with the way that he's going about this?
It's not just homophobic. I mean, obviously that's a thing. He's homophobic, but he's also anti-mask, anti-vax. He is a QAnon. He's a QAnoner. He's a QAnoner.
And I say this because, does anyone remember back in like 2009, 2008, there was one of the higher-ups at some corporation, I don't remember what, but it was during the beginning of the Chick-fil-A scandals when we learned that they were donating to anti-LGBTQ plus causes or politicians.
Hobby Lobby, right? I mean, yeah, Chick-fil-A too, but you're probably thinking of Hobby Lobby.
I don't remember the specifics, but anyways, this dude who was part of some corporate board, he harassed a minimum wage worker where he just went through the drive-thru, ordered a water, and he said that that minimum wage worker should be ashamed of herself for working at a homophobic organization. And guess what? Everyone was against him. Even the people who theoretically agreed with him. Even myself, who is a member of the LGBTQ plus community, because that's not the kind of advocacy that I want. You are harassing a minimum wage worker who doesn't make these decisions.
Right.
And even if that worker was, like, personally homophobic, she's just there to do her job and doesn't deserve the harassment. So, like, I would imagine that homophobes, at least most of them, if they're reasonable, which they're probably not reasonable since they're homophobes, but a homophobe is probably cringing looking at this because it's like, oh, you know, I too hate the gays, but this isn't the best way to promote our cause. Like, they've got to be thinking this,
Yeah,
right? But he thinks he's getting some dubs here when this is like a massive L.
Posted on your website. No, it wasn't, but it just got around like so much. Like there's a lot of good coverage. So I'm sure
Yeah, it got a lot of press. It got a lot of press.
that is 90%.
Oh.
You know, that flag is a flag of Satan, and you know I'm sick of
I'm
it.
gonna ask you to leave again.
You're gonna ask me to leave?
Yes.
Aww. Look at that. She, her, hers, guys. Look at that.
Okay, please leave now.
Wow. All right, I'll be back in June. I'll be back in June. It'll still be up.
You don't get to come back. We reserve the right to refuse service. Every business needs to remember this motto when these motherfuckers show up and try and cause a scene. We reserve the right to refuse service.
I will be calling the police right now. Yeah, I'll be calling the police. I'm calling the police.
You're trespassing.
Mimicking them. Are you
No.
for?
RIP Arizona, RIP USA.
You're trespassing.
If you don't like it, leave it. Get the fuck out then. Move to Saudi Arabia.
Mike, please do something about this fucking sound that you're putting over your F-bombs. Because it sounds like a fart. It sounds stupid. And it's difficult to watch your videos in this condition. You know what? I'm done. All right, let's see if I can find some of the other people. Right? So there was, I think her name was Peggy. Oh, I hit 7. Peggy. San Clemente. Right? That's where she was from. Sorry, I fat finger things. What was her fucking name? What was her name? I'm trying to remember this, you guys. Peggy, Maybe I need to like put masks or something. Mask. Damn, she's so fucking scary, you guys. Oh. Chad and JT go deep. Let's go.
Need to make them happy and healthy. Let's go. You guys need masks?
Yeah.
No, we don't want
This
masks.
is San
You don't
Clemente,
know? Did
you
you guys hear
guys.
What?
There's this pandemic going on. It's a virus called coronavirus.
Oh, corona. Take your mask off. We have a choice. You guys breathe the fresh air. We have freedom. But take them off.
Take your mask off, bad.
But Kellen got corona.
No corona.
Our buddy Kellen got it. Some people don't get it.
By the way. Not only have I personally done a lot of activism at that same location that they're at right now, but that's where Jackson Hinkle, that's where he comes from, y'all. That's where he likes to go down and do his live streaming and shit, is down by the San Clemente Pier. This is hilarious to watch. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys need masks?
No, I'm good.
You don't need them?
Well, I have a strong immune system that really keeps fighting for me.
Did you already get corona?
Well, we have it actually in our bodies, you know. And you know the size of the virus is 1,700 times smaller than your opening in your mask, so it can go straight through.
Where did you learn that?
Well, I'm a health practitioner, and he's a doctor, so he knows.
Oh, cool.
What kind of doctor are you? Chiropractor. Nice.
Chiropractor.
Does that deal a lot with the respiratory system?
Need a mask?
No, thank you. I won't be needing one. Thanks.
Why don't you need one?
Because I don't need one. I'm willing to take the risk.
By the way, if you look at that pier, there's the Fisherman's Wharf is, they've got a bar on one side of the pier and they have a restaurant on the other side of the pier, and they have like oysters on half shell. They've got all kinds of great seafood. It's a wonderful place to go and spend the afternoon, and it's pretty much open air. Like, you can sit out in open air and you don't have to worry about catching COVID from these fucking freaks.
And keep my distance from others, and I take a risk every time I wake up in the morning and roll out of bed. So you get to be my age.
Is your bed super high up?
You know, it's not. I'm not going to sweat a mask. You know, it's not. I'm not going to live in fear. So it's all good.
Nice.
You know, corona's fake, right? What? You know, corona's fake? On our buddy Kellen got it, and we had to cancel our trip to Ibiza.
Yeah, everybody can get it. Anybody can get it, but it comes from 5G towers. You're being cooked from the inside out, so when your heart starts to radiate, of course you're going to get corona and start coughing. And when you drive down the interstate, you'll see these 5G towers sitting there. Some of them are hidden in trees, too.
Where'd you learn this?
I just did a lot of research while tripping on acid.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Free
Do
mask?
you need a mask?
Never touch them.
Why
Really? They help you from getting corona.
No, it actually suppresses your immune system and causes you to get tired.
So I just gotta ask, like, why are Republicans such assholes? That you don't care about other people's health. You're willing to not only put your own life at risk, but you're willing to put other people's lives at risk. Why are you such assholes? That you can't just fucking do basic shit like wear a mask. Fucking Peggy and Lenka. I'm gonna pull. If I can't find a Peggy video, I'm gonna pull up a Lenka video.
Why would they tell us to wear them?
Because when they tell you to jump off a bridge, you're going to do that, too.
My buddy Dylan told me to jump off a bridge, and I did it.
I figured you did.
That was awesome when you did that.
It was so. You guys should have been there.
He did a gainer.
I did a pretty fat gainer. Hey, do you need a mask?
I don't wear a mask, but I don't have to.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
You guys
God
are
loves
such
masks.
assholes.
God loves masks, all right. What's the side of that? It looks like there's writing on the back.
Have no fear, masks are here.
Right on.
I saw that when Kellen bit into his double-double and he couldn't taste it and he cried.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Double.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. All right. Okay. So y'all can, like, you can see the titles here, so you can, like, look these things up. But let me see if I can find. I can't remember Peggy's last name. I can't remember. There was also Lenka. She's from Laguna Niguel. Lenka Coloma. I don't know if I'm going to spell her name right. I don't know if I'm going to spell her name right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Here's another crazy ass bitch. 4 weeks ago. What you should know. Let's see what we should know, shall we?
And I think we are live. Happy Saturday, everyone. This is Lenka.
Hold up. So this bitch, when the insurrection went down, she went into fucking hiding, you guys. She went fucking hiding. She went into hiding because she was like a Peggy disciple, and she was going around like telling everybody to fucking like invade all of these businesses without their masks on. And when the insurrection went down, she fucking went into hiding. I totally remember this going down.
And this is Doug. And it's January 7th.
Okay,
Happy
Lenka.
New Year, everyone. We will be waiting for a moment here for people to tune in. This is live, streaming live on Facebook. Replay will be available on YouTube, if time allows, on Rumble and other platforms. Sorry that we have...
She's anti-immigrant, and she's literally an immigrant, you guys. Literally an immigrant, and she's anti-immigrant.
Been available for a while. Been super busy. Been standing up our beautiful California Republic. If you are new to us, California Republic is open for business. You are more than welcome to unslave, to leave the Babylon, and come back to restore your constitutionally secured rights. So here we...
Why is your green screen backwards? What is your green screen? Your green screen is backwards. That's like literally a green screen. It's fucking backwards. Okay, let's go.
Today on this beautiful Saturday, January 7th, and we will be discussing something very important that has been brought to our attention, something that there is a lot of confusion about, and it's very important that we keep talking about it and we keep explaining, because we have to remember that we've been defrauded, we've been deceived, we've been literally living in a world of lies, and that's all we know. And there's more lies coming out. So this is why we are putting out these educational videos. If you are new, we have a YouTube channel which you can find under Lenka Koloma. That's LenkaKoloma on YouTube. Please watch the videos that we've put out. It's very important that you become familiar that now we have truly two governments. Well, the one of the government is the de jure government. The other one is corporate, make-believe, quasi-government, a corporation. So I will let Doug to explain some of the situation we are dealing with, and then if you have any questions, put it in the comments there. We will be answering questions.
What are you dealing with?
Hey, how's it going? Some things have come to my attention, and I feel necessary to call them out and to bring things to light. Okay. Now, I just want you to know, okay, I've been at this about 30 years. See this pack of papers right here? These are the things that I have filed and done to sort of straighten out my status.
This is that. And so when we say to correct your status, what do you mean, Doug?
Good. Here's the thing that I filed to
why is everything backwards?
Preserve my reservation of rights under UCC. I've got my verified private claim. Okay.
Wow.
I've got my active expatriation. I've got...
They feel very passionate about this. They feel very fucking passionate about this, you guys. We have a lot of crazy ass people in Orange County, you guys. We have a lot of fucking crazy ass people in Orange County.
My affidavit of political status. I've got my declaration of political status and character. Okay. I've got my further declaration of political status because I found out I needed some more stuff after I finished the first one.
Okay.
Why are you showing that?
Well, because
political status. Political status? Political status? Are you trying to, like, advance yourself in the Republican Party? Because you're certainly not trying to do so in the Democratic Party. Because I know everybody in the Democratic Party of Orange County. There's no fucking way you're working with our party. Oh no, the Republicans don't even accept your bullshit. So good.
I'm showing you this is stuff that I have filed trying to straighten out my status over the last 20 years.
Status?
Okay? Assertion of sovereignty. Okay? All the way down to my homestead declaration.
What the hell is this bullshit, and why is it all backwards?
My status in interior. Okay? That was apostolized by the Secretary of State.
Okay, then.
All right, I've been doing this for 20-something years. Okay? Here's my ID. All right?
It's your private ID.
Private ID.
That's your ID. Clarify.
Here's one of the bonds I filled out for the Treasury.
Every goddamn one of these documents is backwards. They're all backwards, but it's all a bunch of bullshit, too. Like, what are you trying to prove to us? What are you trying to prove to us? That the Republican Party didn't want to do business with you? Look, I lived in Orange County since 1980. I know that the Republicans are pretty bad. But they're also not stupid enough to do business with fucking idiots like you. This is so good, you guys. Like, we had the Nixon White House West out in San Clemente. We have the Nixon Library, his birthplace and library, and his burial place out in Yorba Linda. Reagan lived out here. Reagan said this was the county where good Republicans come to die. And we've taken it over. Like, the Democrats have taken it over, and now the motto is that this is where good Democrats come to live, right? It's hilarious that they do this bullshit to us. This is so fucking funny. And okay, all right, I'm not gonna go through like 51 minutes. Fuck no.
Here's the thing I filled out for vital statistics. Demand to correct the record. Okay, for fraud.
What the hell am I looking at?
Okay. And here is my repudiation of U.S. citizenship. Okay? Based on what David Strait did.
Wait, repudiation of your U.S. citizenship? Is that what you just fucking said? I can't even. All right, I'm done with these knuckleheads. Let me see if I can find the Peggy shit. Let me see if I can find the Peggy shit. She was formerly a professor. I can't remember her last goddamn name, you guys. Oh, is it Peggy Hall? Is that it? Chinese spy balloon. Real or hogwash? That's good. Okay, Peggy Hall. Let's go with
Friends, Peggy Hall back with you from the healthyamerican.org. You probably have seen the headlines all about the House voting on 2 cooties-related bills. And I know I was applauding as you were, most likely, but I do want to let you know that...
Quite frankly, I'm shocked that she hasn't died from COVID yet. Fucking shocked that she hasn't died from COVID yet, you guys.
There's bad news and there's also good news when it comes to the healthcare professionals. That was one of the bills that was passed by the House.
Peggy.
Let me know in a comment below if you think the Democrat-controlled Senate is going to pass that. And if it does, do you think that the person occupying the White House is going to sign that bill into law? So let's talk about that, because I also want to give you some how-to solutions. I've got an amazing letter that I want to share.
By the way, it took a lot of work, but she did ultimately get fired from Saddleback College. She ultimately did get fired from Saddleback College, but it took a lot of fucking lobbying for that to fucking happen, because they have to be somewhat careful. Like they know that their teachers have freedom of speech, right? But she was apparently a bilingual teacher. She was teaching Spanish. So she's, in charge of all of these English as a second language students, ESL students, and who probably disagree quite a bit with her politics. And she's putting out all these fucking videos trying to convince people to break into businesses without your masks on during the pandemic, before we had masks, before we had the vaccinations, before we had anything to protect ourselves. And she was literally one of the fucking leaders of this movement of trying to infect the entire goddamn country with the COVID. Right.
With you from a Healthy American about how she has navigated the workplace and the healthcare setting, and she has been successful using my strategies. So I'm going to share that with you a little bit later. And before we dive in, let me know if you are a healthcare professional, if you have been to a hospital. I hope you haven't. And if you have had any difficulty in terms of all of these ridiculous measures, I'm going to give you a few more tips and strategies. And before we do that, let me give a big thank you to the sponsor of this evening's video. We are hopping right on over to noblegoldinvestments.com. They've been with me from the beginning. And thank you to everyone that has been giving.
She's got sponsors, you guys. She's got fucking sponsors. I can't even. She's got fucking sponsors, y'all. This is so gross. We have two of these bitches down here in South OC that are doing this bullshit. I wear a mask every time I go out in public. These bitches are so crazy, and they live right near me, you guys. They live right fucking near me.
Me feedback. You've made the free phone call to get information and education without any hard sell, no obligation at all. So did you know, according to Noble Gold Investments, that gold was actually the best performing asset in 2022 through all of the record-breaking inflation rates, the crashing markets?
That's a libertarian concept. We gotta go back to the gold standard, right? It's a libertarian concept, you guys.
The crypto scams that you've probably heard of, there is one asset that has held its own, and that is gold. And Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of clients buy real physical gold last year. According to longtermtrends.net, gold outperformed the S&P 500, the Dow, and even Bitcoin in 2022. And if you had invested in the S&P 500 a year ago, according to this data, you would be down more than 20%. If you invested in Bitcoin a year ago, they say that you would be down more than 65%. And if you had invested in the Dow a year ago, their data says you would be down almost 10%. So gold, yes, has outperformed them all in 2022, and silver was not far behind. So what are you waiting for? You can join the thousands of others by opening up a gold IRA or a silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments. Invest with Noble Gold Investments before the end of the month, and you are going to get, I want to share this, I want to show this to you.
So you're basically just doing an ad for like investing, right? When you've spent the last like 3 fucking years telling people to bust into businesses and force them to deal with your unmasked fucking face, where you could be breathing COVID all over us. That's what's happening here. I can't even. This, oh my God, even you guys.
Is a free, well, it's valuable, but they are going to give it to you for free. It is a 1/4 ounce American Gold Eagle coin with every qualified IRA of $50,000 or more. I just checked the gold price per ounce. I think it's like $1,650 as of today. Anyhow, you cannot go wrong with Noble Gold Investments, and there are thousands of 5-star reviews. If you are not ready to invest.
Who the hell is funding these fucking people? Who's funding them? Who is funding these fucking jokers that are causing chaos in my community? My community. This is where I live, y'all. Who the hell is funding these motherfuckers to do the bullshit that they're doing right now?